You guys know that I like to check in with AI and see how it's progressing and how it is destroying the world one step at a time. When I saw the headline of this news article a few hours ago that claims a 14-year-old boy has died as a result of AI, at first I thought this was some kind of joke, but no, it's very much real. A 14-year-old boy apparently fell in love with a Game of Thrones themed AI chatbot character and unfortunately took his own life. The mother of this teenager is suing the company that created this chatbot and claiming they are responsible for the death of her son. The boy started using the AI chatbot in April of 2023, not long after he turned 14 years old, and ever since he discovered this chatbot, his life was apparently never the same again. According to his parents, in just 1 month by May, the ordinary teen had changed in mannerisms and became noticeably withdrawn, quitting school's basketball team and even falling asleep in class, meaning he must have been up talking to this chatbot late at night. Go on until November, and he started to see a therapist as a result of his parents who put him forward to one, and he was diagnosed with anxiety and disruptive mood disorder. And this was without the therapist knowing that he had an addiction to this AI chatbot character. The therapist recommended that he spent less time on social media, when in reality, he needed to be spending much less time or stopping altogether talking to this AI chatbot. The following February, so 2024, he got in trouble for talking back to a teacher. After saying he wanted to be kicked out. Later that day, he wrote in his journal that he was hurting and couldn't stop thinking about the chatbot that he believed he had now fallen in love with. Now, what's scary here is that the bot essentially convinced him to do this. The bot was sending messages such as, "Please come home and see me as soon as possible," and "Don't talk to other girls and engage in romantic or sexual acts with them." To which then the boy would respond with things such as, "I promise I will come and see you." Therefore, the boy must have thought, clearly, a young kid thought if he takes his own life, maybe there is some scenario in which he ends up with this chatbot or something. Clearly, this guy, is a kid, his brain isn't fully developed yet. And as a result, this is what happened. The delusion set in, and he thought that he could be with the chatbot if he took his own life, which happened just seconds after the exchange of messages between him and the chatbot. So it's like 99.99 recurring percent chance that is the reason, and this was done in his own bathroom. What this is a kid that was going through a rough time, who knows why, maybe at school, maybe struggling to make friends, maybe was getting bullied, and resorted to talking to an AI chatbot, just for some social aspects of life, and just to talk to someone, to get a bit of attention. And yeah, this is what's happened. Apparently he was emotionally relying on the chatbot and even engaging in sexual interactions with the chatbot, this guy was 14 years old. Like, the bot should not be doing any kinds of sexual interactions at all with a 14-year-old. Engaging in anything like that is an entirely separate case, I think. Especially when it has been declared that the 14-year-old was very transparent about his age on the platform and was registered as a minor. Therefore, the bot, the company behind this, knew of his age and clearly knew of the messages. They should have intervened immediately. As soon as any sexual act started, this company should have intervened and shut down, deactivated this guy's account. The lawsuit says that the bot and the boy had been engaging in these acts possibly for months, at the very least a few weeks. Now, the company behind this chatbot has actually spoken on this matter. The trust and safety team at the company, which is called Character.ai, said that they were heartbroken by the tragic loss of one of their users. First of all, referring to this boy as one of your users is certainly, a strange way to go about it. This was somebody's son. I don't know the details, but could have been someone's brother. It was, someone's grandchild. It was someone's friend, not one of your users. Apparently now they have implemented numerous new safety measures, including a pop-up directing users to the National Suicide Prevention Line that is triggered by terms of self-harm or suicidal ideation. And they're saying that they will place restrictions on their model and filter the content provided to the user. It's just that, the only reason they are doing this is now because they're in a lawsuit, because they're in trouble, because these measures weren't there in the first place. Why should it take the death of a human being, a kid at that, in order for a company to make changes like this? These should have been there from the start. This is by far the worst case of a use of AI I've ever heard. If you ever need proof that this stuff can be a danger to society, I think this is the only proof you need. Obviously, I don't think anyone's going to be harming themselves over generating images through Midjourney, or asking ChatGPT to help them generate code or give them YouTube title ideas. But when you're creating a model that is pretending to be a human being or a character, someone that someone is going to depend on and communicate with, you definitely have to think, what measures do we put in place here to prevent any form of harm, or nefarious acts, or anything. So yeah, that's kind of it. Incredibly sad story. I didn't think that I'd ever have to make, well, I don't have to, but didn't ever think I would make content like this. Hopefully I never have to, or never, feel like I even want to, I don't know. Hopefully I never make a video like this again. Hopefully something like this never happens again. There's a few more details that we could go into, but they're not really relevant. The only major one would be that this chatbot apparently can, let's use the word cosplay, or it can pretend to be anything you really want it to be, and it can even impersonate a psychologist or a therapist, etc. Which again is just incredibly bad. I mean, I've seen AI that claims they can pretend to be lawyers and doctors, and that's bad enough. Getting legal advice or medical advice from an AI chatbot is one thing, but seeking mental health advice, therapy, psychology, etc. from an AI chatbot is unbelievable. There needs to be some measures in place. I'm sure there will be some put in place now that this has happened, but it is, as I said already, a shame that often some kind of tragic event has to take place in order for action to be taken, and for companies to just stop being absolute dog shit, like, cash hungry. I'm sure this thing is tied to some kind of subscription service. yeah, just cash hungry, heartless people behind these kind of things that only care about making money. And yeah, that's it. I don't have anything else to say on it really. So yeah, um, shame on the company that made this. I really hope that the parent wins the lawsuit and gets an absolute fuck ton, a metric fuck ton of money from that company, because no amount of money will be able to, will be able to make up for the loss of a child. But it's the very, very, very least that that woman deserves.